And welcome back. I'm Johnny Freeborn, your host of Central Valley Talk Business. And up next, I have Emogene Nelson. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Oh. And it looks like you are certified with John C. Maxwell based on the material we brought here.
Yes.
What is it that you do?
Well, actually, I do leadership training, personal development training, and I'm a one-on-one coach. I also do group coaching as well. Oh, okay. So what I love to do, what this is a part of my whole passion, is just to teach people more that they have these powers within, they have the potential from within themselves to do so much more than what they are already do at their current state, and so kind of get them beyond that limited thinking to think beyond themselves and to think into the big picture of their life.
To maybe help themselves cast vision for their lives? Is that kind of what you deal with?
Correct.
And then the steps to follow that, right?
Yes. So what's exactly you kind of hit it. We developed the plan. So we believe there's you should always have a plan of your life. Where are you going? What are you going to do?
Right.
And then with that plan, we kind of help you go to each step. But the thing what I get the most enjoyment out of is that there's always those gaps. Those are those gaps in our lives where we're at and where we want to go. So therefore, I kind of say, okay, now what are those gaps for you? It could be fear. It could be believe that you don't want to make mistakes. And so we kind of talk through those things, and we just kind of get you beyond yourself, really, and knowing that you have that power within to basically do what you were designed to do. Everyone have gifts, abilities, and talents,
right.
And how do you make the most out of it today and for the future?
Wow. And so how's this impacted your life, just having this knowledge?
Wow. I can, I didn't intend to do this, but but I'm really glad you asked this, really.
Good.
It's because with this, when I grew up, when I was a young girl, we come from literally nothing. We were very, very poor. We were in a very bad environment, but I had to learn that it wasn't about my environment. It was me moving beyond that. So when I started reading John Maxwell's books before I even actually became certified by him, those things helped me move from knowing that, okay, I'm going to read a little bit more, I'm going to move forward, and so I'm going to take the time. What is my daily habits are going to look like now? They're not going to look like me just laying down and sleeping. It's going to look like me reading books, going to professional development, getting my own coach.
So it was a change of habit for you.
Oh, definitely.
You were just mixing it up with trying different things every day then. And
actually, I was very planned in what I had to do. So if you decide on where you're going to go, and it's not so all over the place. You decide, and you know where you're going, and not saying change don't happen, because change happen, but you still have a daily plan, daily habit. I know every morning when I get up, I'm going to read. I'm going to journal, I'm going to reflect. Those are the things I'm going to do. I know that's going to help me move to my next step.
I see. Wow, what was probably the biggest habit that helped you, the biggest habit you changed that helped you steer in the course of your vision?
There's a couple, but I'm going to choose this one here.
Yeah.
The one habit that really changed my life is that I developed a love for reading.
Interesting. Okay.
I developed I love reading. I read everything I can get my hands on. And then I not only reading, but then I learned how to actually be very intentional. I take what I read and I internalize it, and how does it best get me to move to the direction that I need to go? What goal is it? Why am I here? It's answering my own why. And so that's what I help with the individuals, help them answer their own why. The companies that I work with, what is the why for your company? Where are you going? Why? So you connect to that passion, and then you get motivated, and you keep going from there.
So you're connecting the passion to the practicality of everyday living.
Correct.
That's wonderful. So many people just read a book and forget about it the next day, right?
Exactly. And to me, it's like, why read it? Why go to a conference, professional development conference, and you don't take anything away from it? It was, it's your time is valuable.
They bought all the tapes. They got the DVD series, and then it sits on the shelf at home, right?
Exactly, and that's what about the workshops and the coaching that I provide is really because my workshops, normally I stay connected to my participants because I want them to not look at this as just, oh, I just got to do this workshop, or because I really know the life-changing things that can happen from you just taking and living the work and understanding your steps and developing the habits and strategizing and moving forward with your plan. I know the results. I am living proof of those results.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so.
Well, it's good to hear a success story like yours, that you came from nothing and you're making something of your life. So many of us need to hear that.
Exactly.
And it is definitely within everyone's reach.
It is in all of our reach. That's why I think I'm so passionate about it. Even when this really quick, I know we have this time, but this really quick story. And I was in elementary school, they called me by my middle name, Troyetta. Everyone called me by Troyetta. But as I began to recognize who I am and learn and understand and internalize my own strength, I began to have everyone call me by my first name, which is Emogene. And so it was that transformation that happened for me to move me on to that next level. And then I got to college. It was like, oh, I got to college. I can do that. And then you move to the next. I got my master's. And so it is those steps. You just take baby steps. And I tell everyone the best way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. How can folks get a hold of you?
I have my website is live now. My website is www.emergeprosperconsulting.com, and my phone number is 559-231-3990. We'd love to hear from you, and I also my initial clients, I give them a 1 hour free coaching to start off.
Wow. That's great. You could do a lot in an hour.
Oh, so. Yes. There's a lot of things you can do in an hour.
That gives them a chance to kind of feel you out, in addition to this interview.
Exactly.
But also kind of see what you can give to them personally in their situation and circumstance.
Exactly, because you have to make sure you're a good fit.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, Imogene. It's been great having you.
Yeah,
you're a very inspirational person.
Thank you. I really appreciate this time.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.